Today we have with us Dr. Antony David Miller, Professor of Humanities and Business, Skyline University College, and we welcome you, sir. Thank you very much for coming. And just wanted to ask you a few questions about what do you feel the impact of World Education Summit, which is the first time in Dubai, is going to be on the education sector here?
Well, basically, we can have an open-air discussion on education generally, more of a global sense with innovation, IT coming into the market now, the pros and cons of that within child learning and HE learning. And all professionals can come together in one situ, and basically we can hammer everything out, and this is useful for business, especially when they're setting up operations and things like that, new institutions, how they can blend business and academe together, especially with IT and innovation. So it is a very good location, plus it's a central hub of the world, basically. So it is a very good location.
Absolutely, thank you. And you've spent 30 years in education, as you mentioned earlier, and you've been here for about how many years now?
In the UAE, this is my third year. This is my 14th country, actually, so I've been around a little bit. But they say travel broadens the mind, and it actually served that purpose with me. I became a better educator because of it, so understanding new cultures and academic cultures, etc., which is important to know the students, therefore to deliver your craft better.
Great, sounds good. And with an experience of 30 years, I'm very curious to know what are the driving factors for you to be a part of this event, and how many of those experiences of yours do we get to hear here, or would we get to hear?
Well, basically, from year dot when I commenced the profession, the changes I've experienced through policy, curricula all over the world, the good sides, the bad sides. My job is to look at the bad side and research it so we don't make those mistakes again, because the students are our future. It's the future of civilization. So it's nice for people to listen to people like me who have a lot of knowledge basically over, say, 30 years and 14 countries, and try to learn from my experience, especially the newcomers into the profession.
Great, sounds interesting. And you represent Skyline University.
Yes, I am.
And we're talking about 21st century learners, yes. Right? So technology being the integral part of education nowadays, what's your take on that?
Well, technology should be used as a tool, device, mechanism for learning. It shouldn't replace our minds of Homo sapiens. It should be a tool where it enhances learning. It could speed up learning, maturate learning. We are in the theme of modernity at the moment, like you quite rightly said, the 21st century. I'm not against technology at all, but I think it has to be moderated where learning is concerned, especially with children, early years programs, and then into higher education.
Great. And how well has Skyline, per se, been able to implement that technology as an enabler and technology as an enhancer, as you mentioned?
Yes, basically at Skyline we've dealt with many issues regarding the implementation of certain new technologies, smart boards, whiteboards, etc. But they leave us to our own devices and how much modernity we need to give to the students, because we don't want to spoon feed the students, we need to elicit a response from them. Therefore, we need to confirm how much they learn and how much they've learned prior to a midterm or final examination. So the best way we do this is introduce the technology or new forms of technology, new media, at a nice pace for them to acclimatize.
Well, great. I'm sure the theme of this event itself is to understand more on how educators like yourself would be able to guide the directives, and so that we could implement those new learnings into the education sector here. So do you have any message for the team here of WES about summits like these? And we're already thinking about more summits in the coming years, so what would you like to share with us?
It's more the better. We're professionals in education. We communicate by email and things like that, or Skype, but more of these summits are very much appreciated because the face-to-face contact will be more so throughout the year. So if you were to have these in different locations throughout the year, and then we can meet regular, especially with my compatriots or from the same field of endeavour globally. So that would be the benefit for me, beneficial aspect, definitely. Being in close contact rather than like email, which is not face-to-face, but more personal level, this will be the venue, definitely.
Great. Well, I'm sure you would be able to look forward to that because we are planning to do another event, another summit very soon in India and back in Dubai in 2017, February, probably the first week. And we'll keep you posted on that. Looking forward to your support from Skyline. Thank you very much for being here. Nice to have you here.
Very much indeed. Thank
Cheers.
you very much indeed.
Thank you. Thank you.